told you. I'm on vacation. While I'm on vacation, I'ma just float.
Come here, Mr. Parker. Yeah.
Marcus and Emily Parker, you have failed to notify your airline that you are registered sex offenders.
What? What the hell is wrong with y'all?
Look at us, all together again.
We just wanted to give you guys a real honeymoon.
Just found this crawling under our table.
He's crawling?
It's your first time!
It's a prodigy. It's amazing. What are they doing letting us in a place this nice?
How the hell did you get us in here?
You didn't tell him.
They gonna be long gone by the time I get into my birthday.
You must be Mr. Parker. Apologies for the change in schedule. Mr. Young has invited you for drinks. All of you.
Guys, I need you to be really cool. Can you do that for me?
Look who you're talking to. When have we ever not been cool? Dad! Literally just released from San Quentin.
I got you the best wedding present.
Why does this Coke not taste cokey?
Because it's your mom.
I just look at your mom.
It's really kind of beautiful if you think about it.
This is not how I picture things going at all.
It's cool, Marcus. It's cool. We floating, right? We floating.
Let me down! Get your hands off my wife! Sit down!
Ever since he showed up, he turned this relaxing family vacation into total chaos.
Who does that? We have been through hell. Why don't we just go back?
I knew it. Chicken.
There's only one thing left to do, sir.
I've never seen that much water come off a person before.
Did I throw up a lot?
Your butthole threw up, bud.
Hello and welcome back to the Movie Bar Podcast, the average movie podcast for average movie fans by average movie fans. The bar is now open. Welcome to episode 71. I'm John.
I'm Justin.
And we are your hosts today. But where is our third host, Kyle?
I don't see him.
I don't see him either. I don't hear him. Once again, Kyle is not here. Maybe he's in a cage somewhere. I don't know.
Where in the world is Kyle hosting?
Oh. Yeah, no Kyle this week, but let's start off with some housekeeping. We got a lot of housekeeping today.
Boy, dirty house. Dirty house.
So this past week, we lost Pro Wrestling Hall of Famer and actor Terry Funk, who passed away on August 23rd at the age of 79. Do you have any favorite Terry Funk movie roles?
Well, we'll talk about one in a few minutes.
Okay.
Over the top. And then he was also in Roadhouse.
Roadhouse.
Both are just, classics. Some for better reasons than others.
Yes. And I remember him in the. I thought it was him in The Ringer, and then when I was looking it up, I was like, "Holy shit, that was Terry Funk." You ever seen The Ringer?
Oh yeah.
We need to cover that. But condolences to the family and friends and fans of Terry Funk. Also, this week we wrestling fans lost Wyndham Bray Wyatt Rotundo at the age of 36. He passed away last Thursday. He has connections to the horror world. His mask, when he portrayed the character The Fiend, was actually created and designed by horror effects icon Tom Savini. That was a tough week for wrestling fans.
It was. And also, pretty tough week all around and entertainment-wise and nostalgia-wise. Those of us who remember staying home sick from school will truly miss legendary game show host Bob Barker. Passed away at the age of 99. Obviously best known for The Price is Right, but equally as known for his wonderful cameo in Billy Madison.
Yes. And
Classic.
the fact that they reenacted it decades later for like the MTV Music Movie Awards or something in the hospital room. But
Yeah.
I saw a thing online today, and it was like, you know, the TMZ breaking news, Bob Barker dead at 99, and somebody put the comment,
Oh yeah.
such a pro, went as close as he could without going over a dollar. So
yeah.
I thought that was funny, but he'll be missed.
Yes. And then actress Arlene Sorkin, best known as the model and voice of Harley Quinn in the animated Batman series and movies, passed away. She was 68 years old. She was also a fixture on the late 80s, early 90s TV game show, daytime game show market, like Hollywood Squares and the likes.
Oh,
too.
really?
So I do remember seeing her in different things. She was pretty funny.
The name
always
sounded
entertaining.
familiar.
But our condolences go out to all their friends, family, and fans. And on a much lighter note, as of recording, yesterday was my middle child Sam's birthday. So happy belated birthday, Samma Jamma. You are 8.
Happy birthday, Sam.
Yes.
So, what have you watched this week?
Not a whole heck of a lot, but in order to ramp up for the main event this week, I did watch Vacation Friends 1.
Okay.
And then I watched Vacation Friends 2.
Oh. Wonder why.
And then, because it's new to Max, I watched The Flash.
You don't sound too keen on that.
Well, it got a lot of hype, and I mean, some of the visuals are pretty cool. But I don't know. I just, aside from all the allegations and legal troubles that guy's in, I just never really truly liked his portrayal, I guess, and this kind of just solidified it for me. I really liked their Supergirl. Supergirl was good.
She was the one that, was it her or Batgirl that got the movie that was canceled? It was Batgirl, right?
Batgirl, yeah.
Okay. Yeah, so that's it. 3 movies.
Yeah, that was it. Yeah, it was a busy week of work. And back to school.
Well, I worked a lot this week too, but I still found time to get some movies in.
Well, you know what? I have 3 children.
Yeah, that's true, and I only see mine once during this week. But so I started off. I watched the first Purge, not the first movie,
I know.
but the first Purge.
Oh, okay. The way you said that, I thought you were going to go the other way.
Yeah, no. Then I watched The Purge Anarchy. And then I watched VHS 2, VHS Viral. Then I watched The Forever Purge. And then I watched Countdown, the one with the app where they find out how long they're going to live for. And Vacation Friends 2. So I think we'll be discussing that in a little bit. But that now brings my grand total for the year on, as of August 28th, I have watched 1,363 movies. I'm sorry, no, 321 movies this year. I'm only 44. Damn, yeah. No, 321 movies this year.
How good your editing skills.
We don't edit. This is raw, movie bar raw. Uncut, uncooked, uncensored.
So we should have a disclaimer for all, all the names that get butchered.
Yeah, see, it goes to show how dumb I am at times. But, so.
Sorry.
Now that you've hacked up a lung, so.
Yeah, came out
Since you started off on movies you watch, I'll start off on picks of the week. Kyle, do you have anything? Nope, he's not here. So my pick of the week is the original VHS. Four thugs who make money putting their violent antics online are hired to steal a VHS tape from a spooky house. However, things take a turn for the worse when they find a dead pensioner and dozens more tapes. Directed by Adam Wingard, David Bruckner, Ty West, Glenn McQuaid, Joe Swanberg, and the filmmaking collective of Radio Silence. This was released on October 5th, 2012. You ever seen this?
Yeah, with you.
Yeah, probably.
Mm-hmm. Because this is the one with the weird girl with the face that kind of opens at the end of one of the videos under the stairs or something like that.
That might have been one of them, yeah.
So,
but now that they've gone to decades now instead of 5, 6. So I believe 1985 is coming out next. VHS 85.
Yeah.
So I'm kind of watching them all in preparation of that, but we'll talk about that next week. So what's your pick of the week, Justin?
Well, my pick of the week this week will honor fallen legend Terry Funk. I'm going with Over the Top. Nostalgic pick for me. It is a tale in which a truck driver with a lucrative sideline in arm wrestling takes his estranged 12-year-old son on the road after the boy's mother falls seriously ill. The trucker is beginning to reach out to the boy as the pair head for Vegas and the Arm Wrestling World Championships. But the lad's wealthy, unfeeling grandfather sends his thugs to put a stop to the bonding and bring the boy back. Directed by Menahem Golan. Released February 13th, 1987. A little Sylvester Stallone-driven vehicle here. No pun intended. But it's also got Robert Loggia. And it was just a great nostalgic movie for me.
Even back in the 80s, the Valentine's Day movies were awesome.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Now it's all fucking lovey-dovey shit.
Big trucks and arm wrestling, baby.
Yeah. What more could you... Valentine's Day to ask for? I mean, shit.
That's right. I mean, come on. Come on. Get out.
So, it's been a while since I watched that. I gotta watch that again.
I actually just recently watched it too. Maybe like a week ago, 2 weeks ago. Parts of it because it was on TV. But, yep. It was well worth it. I do actually think I mentioned that in my movies I watched that week that I did watch it. So,
yeah, you probably did.
But all right, let us get on to the main event. Vacation Friends 2. Marcus lands an all-expense-paid trip to a Caribbean resort. He and his wife, Emily, invite their uninhibited besties, Ron and Kyla. But when Kyla's incarcerated father is released from San Quentin and shows up, things get out of control.
This was directed by Clay Tarver, initially released on August 25th, 2023. Written by Tom Mullen, Tim Mullen, Clay Tarver, Jonathan Goldstein, John Francis Daly, and it is currently streaming on Hulu. I believe it's a Hulu original, like the first one was.
Yes. In our cast of characters, we have Lil Ray Howary as Marcus, Yvonne Orji as Emily, John Cena as Ron, Meredith Hagner as Kyla, Steve Buscemi as Reese Hackford, Carlos Santos as Maurilio, Ronnie Cheng as Jan, and Arnold White Kim as Go. So, like I said, I did watch the first one in preparation for the second one.
Mm-hmm.
I do appreciate that it started out similarly to the first one, where you got them walking around in the airport talking about the flight plans, but now...
Hey, he's
Marcus
on vacation mode.
He's floating. He's on vacation. He's floating. He learned a lesson. You got to just float. And as they're getting into it, figuring out their plans for their flats, they hear the announcement. TSA announcement. I mean, I had just watched the first movie, so I caught the voice immediately.
Yeah.
I saw where this was going. Letting everybody know that Marcus and Emily Parker, well, they're extreme, was it pedophiles or perverts?
They didn't register as sex offenders.
Registered sex offenders. That's what it was.
Oh, they didn't inform the airline that they were registered sex offenders.
That was good. So they look around. They see them over at the phone, and everybody's all excited to see everybody. They got the old baby carrier in tow, little baby Marcus. Yeah.
Yep.
Cena, John Cena. I could see him for a few minutes.
Saw him, yeah.
But they're getting reacquainted over at the tables. And I mean, they're just,
this is one scene I wish they didn't put in the trailer.
Yeah, I would rather have seen that.
That spoiled
fresh.
it,
yeah.
But I see why they did, because it shows the type of parents that they really are.
Yeah, because they're sitting there, and then the lady walks up. Excuse me, I believe this is yours, but I found it crawling over around my table. He can crawl. I mean, that truly does say it all.
Yes.
But what could be better than Murillo showing up to care for the baby? I mean, it's one of those things. It's like I guess he must have just been so liked from the first movie, because he had a minor role in the first one.
Now
it kept kind of recurring, but
it's been a while since I've seen the first one. Now he was the hotel
concierge guy.
Yeah. Okay.
Surprise, and then opened the door to the flooded hotel room. Yes.
Yes. Okay.
Yeah, the front desk. Concierge.
Yeah, good callback to the original. I mean, just the whole airport scene in general was fucking hilarious.
Yeah, it was good. And it's just like in the first one when they called out to them twice over the things,
Yeah.
Hey, those guys look like they have bombs. Might want to look at them.
And then they said that Marsilio has the cocaine.
Oh, yeah.
And then it shows them in there getting searched.
Yeah.
And she's yelling at him.
Yeah. TSA is the most useless goddamn thing. No sense of humor.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was good.
The fact that the original got a sequel.
I rewatched the first one, like I said, and I kind of forgot how much like cringe comedy was kind of smashed in there a little bit.
Yeah.
And that kind of got me more the second time through, but it still held up. It was still pretty funny.
Yeah. I think I'm gonna have to go back, revisit the first one, and then watch the second one immediately after.
Yeah.
Just to get the feel, but yeah. So now we're on the plane.
Oh gosh, yeah. So you get the plane flight. So it's always good when you have a baby ovulation app on your phone that's going off in the middle of a flight. That's always fun. I love how he's all, you want to use the bathroom? We just did. And then Murillo comes out from the front. Do not come out. Don't use the one at the front. Trying to get the diaper down there is almost impossible.
Yeah. And Marsilio kind of spoils that they're not coming back right away.
Oh, yeah, he asked about the return flights. Yeah.
And so
we get clued into his ulterior motive for the
trip.
The trip. Which, subplot. You gotta have subplots.
Yeah. So
Which, I mean, you can't really, I don't know why you wouldn't just tell him. I mean, if you're there for, a business thing after your planned vacation, I mean, that's what we were gonna do. For my my trip there.
Oh
that I
yeah.
won and I couldn't go to.
Oh yeah. The week the tree
so-
fell on my house. That's right.
Yeah.
I mean, I understand why Marcus is afraid.
Yeah, with them.
I mean, yeah. I mean, if it was like, you and Mary and, me and somebody go along and you're like, okay, I trust him not to fuck this up.
But it's not even because here's the issue with it. It's not that him knowing would be bad because he would somehow tip them off. Because the people for the hotel are the ones who know that he is there. You would think that he would just try and play it off that he didn't know Ron, not that he wasn't there for, another thing if he didn't want Ron to ruin it. You know what I mean? Guilty by association.
I get that, but considering that Ron since Ron is staying in the villa with him.
Yeah.
And that's kind of hard to like pretend that he doesn't know Ron.
Yeah, I know. I get that.
And knowing how Ron and Kayla get, he's afraid that they might fuck it up, which of course almost happens.
Yeah, well, I mean, either way. See, my point is, either way in this situation, he brought him.
Yes.
So if he's gonna fuck it up,
it's his fault.
Him knowing it's a work thing or not isn't necessarily gonna help the situation.
Yeah.
It actually would be a detriment for him to not know, because then he can't at least, show some restraint in the destructive nature in which he parties.
Yeah. And
but,
it's
a movie.
Yeah.
Everybody has their own insecurities.
True. But just based off of the craziness that happened in the first one, I think, and Marcus is a warrior. He's on vacation mode.
Yeah, he's floating.
He's floating.
He's a warrior.
But in the back of his mind, he's fucking. He's like me. He's thinking worst case scenario. So
plan for the worst, expect the best.
Well, I plan for the worst and expect the worst, but
yeah, I did too.
And but now we're at the hotel. The bottle of rum is going. Night of drinking and partying.
Whole lot of drinking. Whole lot of partying. Whole lot of regretting in the morning.
Forgot to turn his airplane mode off.
Oh, yes.
They tell him how the meeting has been moved.
Yes.
From Tuesday to tomorrow.
The big twist to the subplot that was just started moments ago. Yes. But, I mean, any night where you wake up on a pool deck.
Has that ever happened to you?
No. I don't drink like that.
No.
Never have. Thank the Lord. I can only imagine what I would do.
I think if somebody didn't get driven home yesterday, I think they would have ended up on somebody's pool deck somewhere. I won't name any names. Yeah, but that's another story for the behind the scenes episodes. But yeah, so they find out that the party is now the meeting is moved up to tomorrow.
In a lovely little phone call as the executives, or the executive forward team arrives.
Yes.
In order to prepare everything for the arrival of the big boss and the big interview, which is always fun to find out right then when you just woke up after a heavy bender.
Hungover is all hell.
And he's yelling at his crew back in his office. They're
Yeah.
giving him business over his own mistake, which is always fun.
Yeah.
But the advanced team comes up, kind of inform him of what is going on and invite him and his other guests to a lovely little dinner, drinks, get together, so he can meet the vice president of the division, the one who's interviewing for this construction job, this hotel construction job,
which could be life-changing for Marcus. So
yes, thoroughly life-changing, and I mean, you can see where this is going. You get Ron and Kyla; they're all ready to screw this up.
Let's talk about this scene, this one scene in general. They're at the reception. From the moment they walk in to the moment that Reese arrives.
Oh, yeah. I mean,
baby Marcus is thrown up on Marcelo.
Yep, so he's got to go back and get some clothes.
Yep, he wishes he packed more clothes.
Mm-hmm. Rookie mistake. Rookie mistake.
Mm-hmm.
Pack as many clothes for yourself as you pack for your child. Or whatever child you're watching.
Yes. And they meet the vice president. Now, Marcus and his what's her name? The wife's name?
Emily.
Emily. They're dressed for, a business function.
Absolutely. I mean, Kyla, she's always a little bit flashier, but she's still got something that...
She's got a sundress on. She's ready to...
It's loose, it's flowing, but it's still nice-ish. But yeah, you got Ron there in that lovely military dress uniform.
Military dress jacket.
The dress jacket.
Hawaiian shirt,
shorts. But I mean, Marcus had shorts on too, so...
I mean, I think if Ron had went without the jacket, he would have been okay.
Yeah,
but the jacket it fit him. That's what you would expect from Ron.
Yeah. But yeah, so you meet Young, and he's stereotypical Asian businessman, very direct to the point. This is just a formality. The minds have been made up. We're going to go with, the one that we're used to going with. We know what's going on. And Marcus stands up for himself a bit, kind of saying, why won't you give me a chance? And,
we had 12 big projects last year with no overage,
You don't overrun in construction. That's big.
Happens all the time where I work.
But he immediately kind of turns to Ron and kind of gives him the old, and I mean, who are they? And without missing a beat, there's good old Mr. Lovable Ron speaking to him in, perfect Korean, giving him a lovely little full-on, hello speech.
Yes.
And, conversation there. So that was unexpected. They often have John Cena just randomly choose to know some kind of language. It's fun hearing him try to pronounce all those things.
But see, now, I wonder if he learned that from our movie a few weeks ago, Hidden Strike.
Well, it's different languages, but maybe.
Possibly. You never know.
No, it's not possible.
Oh.
Jackie Chan is not Korean. And if you call him that...
But I thought it was filmed in Korea, wasn't it?
Just because it's filmed there.
Yeah, and he lived there for several months, so he had to have learned Korean to live there, right?
I think it was for the movie, though.
I was just saying because of the movie. I didn't say it was for the fucking movie.
I don't know.
71 episodes, and this is the fight where the fucking hill we're dying on?
Hell yeah.
But
I can't see him. What makes you think that they can see him?
Hey, and actually, a cheap plug. He returns tonight, the day this drops on Friday to SmackDown. Apparently, he's back full time for a little bit. So,
Wow, not full time. He's just appearing. Like, what was it? 17 weeks in a row? Something like that.
more than other people.
Yeah.
But yeah. But let's not forget, at the perfect moment, release the Lantern of Fire. And the guy
little distraction.
Yeah. Hands Marcus the lantern.
That's one thing. It's like he hands Marcus that lantern. You don't see another lantern.
Yeah.
It is the only lantern.
It symbolizes happiness.
And luck.
Yes.
But you don't hand anybody else another lantern.
Yeah.
But we'll get to that in a few minutes.
Yeah. Plays a pivotal role.
But at that time, there is a loud gate crasher making a scene with security. And he's kind of going, oh, yeah, no, I'm a guest. I was invited. Yeah. And you get Kyla sitting at the table going, no. And then she gets up and she starts running over, going, get the fuck out of here. Oh, this guy an asshole. Fuck you, blah, 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 blah. It is her dad.
Fresh out of San Quentin.
From San Quentin.
Yes.
Steve Buscemi. I mean, just take a minute. Appreciate him. National treasure.
Yep.
Love me some Steve Buscemi. Another good job by him.
Yeah. When we talk about casting and the characters later. Perfect.
Mm-hmm. Yes. He does play that slimy, but possibly okay, but definitely slimy character really well.
Yes.
But he also, plays lots of roles really well. But he shows up, and this is the point in the movie where basically you can see all hell is about to break loose. Because you immediately can see, after all the talk throughout the whole leading up to this, how Kyla's been talking about everybody loves Ron. Not a person on earth. There's no bad people. And Ron just had this conversation. Loves everybody on earth, and everybody loves him. But you can immediately tell that Daddy here treats him just like Marcus's father-in-law did in the first movie. Mm-hmm. Basically ignoring him and talking down to him. And Kyla ignores it. She doesn't catch it. She doesn't feel it.
She doesn't see it. She's blind to it.
She's blind to it, which you can understand. He's been locked away for years.
This is their first time meeting too, Ron and Steve's character.
It is a wonderful little weird-ass family reunion.
Yep. But Marcus sees it. And he knows he needs to get them the fuck out of Dodge.
Yeah, they immediately started, what were you doing in prison? What did you, and he immediately starts with the whole, I'm innocent. I didn't do anything. It wasn't me. Which, if anybody's watched Shawshank Redemption, everybody's innocent in prison. Just ask them. But, I mean, he plays it off pretty well with the whole embezzlement kind of story there, the tax evasion type thing. So, there's a little bit of believability. And I mean, same as kind of with the first one, they're when Marcus and Emily kind of meet Ron and Kyla, that, there's all these, miscommunications in which, he's doing this thing, and everything we see and they see kind of points towards one way, but it winds up being a good thing. But
Even right up until this moment when, you know, they're worried about Ron and Kayla interacting with this business proposition. Now he's already kind of proven himself worthy when he spoke Korean. You know, so
Yeah, I mean, but you see it pretty quick when he starts on with the whole scum coin.
yes. just the fact that it's called scum coin. And
you know, I got on Amazon way out. I got this great tip, and I just need $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 to.
yeah. Oh, okay, sure. Let me give you that right now.
Yeah, red flags, but scum coin. That's great. But he starts off, you know, the crypto. I mean, it's 2023. Where all them crypto boys at now? Sorry. Yeah, you know, tough for them, but I mean, some people made out well, but
it was great for a while.
Yeah, it's
a passing fad. That's all it was.
Yeah, I mean, same as everything else. But I mean, there's all these signs. Cryptocurrency is kind of crappy, especially when it's called scum. Scam coin? No.
Yeah.
Scum. Scum? No. Scum. SCOM.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a good one there.
Yeah.
So that was pretty funny.
So Marcus and Emily go into the room and have a meeting, and we're going to keep them busy, keep them away from the Koreans.
Yes.
Come up
the
with
old
something.
Wrinkles. Yes,
well,
come up with something. So they all go out to breakfast there,
and
they're trying to decide what they're gonna lead them along to do. And you know, he's sitting there talking about how, you know, this place is nothing but a front for all the big time cartel guys talking. That was a good little spiel though that he's sitting there, you know, how he's talking about all the different drug dealers coming in and staying and all that, you know, the guy from Colombia and all that. Yeah. And then the girls with the yoga mats come out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
high price hookus. Yeah. High price hookus.
High price.
And Ron and Kayla are like, oh yeah, I could see that. Yeah.
I can see that totally. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And then you know, he gets up. All right, well, I'm gonna go down to the pool and check out the merchandise.
Yeah.
But that's when Marcus, you know, why don't you guys go surfing? As the two guys with the surfboards come by, and hey, great idea. They're all gonna go surfing. This is poor Marcus. So this is where it gets a little even more iffier with dear old Daddy Kens.
After a shady walk to this beach.
That was a fun conversation though, talking about how many people did you kill, Ron?
Yeah.
We don't talk about that. There's a code. We don't talk about that. Oh, there's a code. It's a secret. He pulls off those bullying techniques so smoothly. You don't even if you're watching for it, you know what he is, and you still don't even see. But he's just, you know, you can feel that childhood schoolyard instinct going. Oh God, just tell him what he wants. Just tell him what he wants.
Yeah. Marcus clearly panicking this whole time.
But it's great when he's like, you know, 42, and the Marcus is like, damn, really? Confirmed. There's a few iffies.
But Marcus's and Ron's face when they turn the corner and see the waves.
Oh, yeah. Wrong side of the island for that.
Yeah.
Man, there's no chance. That's how, like, I haven't seen them that high, but that constant and choppy, like every time I go to the beach out here, that's on the, you know, the actual West Coast part. That's always how it is when I'm there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's always just wave after wave. I'm like, how do people swim in this shit? Then again, it could be that I'm not there in the summer, so.
Well, we're about to see how they surf in it too.
Yeah.
But not long before a visit from our friend, the vice president.
Hold on. You got to get through the shady shit first. So they get out there.
Oh, yes. Yes.
And Reese here, he decides that he's going to go meet up with some random ass dude who just walks up the beach. Nothing shady about that, right?
No.
There's nothing questionable there.
Considering he's never been to the Caribbean, but he knows somebody.
Yes. Never been there, but he knows somebody. And it's at this time that the Vice President Young shows up on his run out with the rest of his advanced team. And then they're kind of sitting there chatting, and, he's a little shocked that they're about to go surfing, considering he is from Chicago, especially by looking at those waves. But Marcus, always willing to dig himself a hole, says you got to push yourself. Push your limits. I believe in pushing my limits. And this is, if you're trying
That's
to
Ron's
get
way of life.
Yeah, I mean, if you're trying to, make in good with the higher up of, this, stereotypical movie Asian company, you got to be hard worker, willing to overachieve and get in there and do it. So makes a good excuse to get them to keep running.
So
and to try and get away with it.
Hold that thought. Sidebar conversation here for a second. We forgot something.
Which one?
What happened to the lantern?
Oh yeah, the lantern. Destroying their brand new
meditation
hut. Yes.
So they're in the room at night after Marcus and Emily have their talk. They go out and Kayla's like, "Oh, a bonfire! Let's go!" And they look over, and a fucking building is on fire. And the next morning, Marcus is out there with the vice president and his crew. And I love it when he starts cussing out the old guy. Look at you with the damn lanterns.
I did it when I was a kid. It was super cool. But when he's asking about the lantern, could you tell which lantern did this? It's like, I didn't see anybody else get a lantern, so I'm pretty sure they knew it was him.
So they've burned down this brand new meditation hut, and
honestly, I thought more was going to come of this. I thought there would be more of a discussion of him just, building it, seeing if he can get it done.
I think the reason that this was in the movie was because of what the vice president says at the end of the scene when he goes, "You're making us look bad in front of the Americans."
Yeah.
So I think that's showing like how this guy is, that, he's the gung-ho Korean business vice president, and he has to be superior to the Americans because it's the American looking for the job and the Korean to offer the job. So let's go back. We're back on the beach.
Yes.
Getting ready.
So, yeah, they get through the discussion and they're going to go surfing, and they're about to basically, go running away, and he's about to get away with it just by walking up the beach and making it look like he's going surfing.
Yep.
When good old Pops comes back, says, "Let's get out of here, ladies, you old chicken shits."
Yeah.
And basically just starts insulting Marcus and Ron, saying that they don't have the balls to go out there and do it, and how they were going to chicken out in front of this guy's boss. And that just obviously, forces them to do the old man up and let's go surfing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is a bad idea, but you got to do what you got to do. And now they're not going anywhere, so now you have to at least.
Oh yeah, they're all watching now. They're staying
watching,
for the
they're
show.
They're videotaping, man. They got the camera out. He's videotaping this. Ron's feeling it. He knows. He's realizing he has an issue here with his father-in-law. Admitting that it's the same as Marcus is here. So, he's just, you just gotta paddle out there, and we just got to do it.
Yep.
So they head straight out. They're getting over that first wave, and Marcus mistimes it. And Good Lord. He gets slammed right at the beach level.
Yeah, that looked like it hurt.
Yeah.
Considering you see the entire fall, which probably 10, 15 feet down, straight down, with a surfboard coming behind you.
And the wave coming on you.
Yeah.
And the next scene, you get the old fuzzy-eyed wake up to everybody standing over you.
Where's Ron? I'm right here, buddy.
I'm right here, buddy. I've never seen so much water come out of somebody.
Oh, I threw up? No.
No. It came out your butt.
Yeah. Definitely in there for comedic timing.
Yeah, but it kind of sets up a little bit more here, so.
It shows he's dedicated. Shows
he's dedicated. He gets out there. He tries. So they head back to the hotel room. He comes. Oh, well, while they were doing that, that's right, we almost forgot. Kayla and Emily, they're back at the hotel. They're chit-chatting. And Emily does reveal to Kyla in their little girl chat that she does not want to have this child. Doesn't want this baby, but she doesn't want to disappoint Marcus.
Yeah.
I mean, that's a tough one.
Yeah, it is.
The other person wants it. You decide, I don't know, maybe I don't after the talk starts. I mean, that's a big thing. So she's now got this weighing on her. But Kyla talks her into it, gives her the whole big old sister feminism speech up.
It's great to have a baby.
Yeah. So, but she's going to let Marcus know when he gets back. They're going to have that talk. So, a highly injured Marcus now is back, so they're going to sit down. They're talking on the couch about continuing with the presentation now that he can barely walk. Yeah. And how, something's clearly up with Senior Papa Reese here.
Yeah.
But at this time, Young calls. He lets him know that, the big boss lady's really, really worried about him and, is willing to accept that, we'll cancel the whole thing because, you just got creamed.
Yeah.
But he says, no, I'm good. Young's kind of like, you're fine? Like, after watching it, there's no way you're 100% fine.
Yeah.
But Marcus insists. So Young says, all right, let her know. But you are invited to come out for drinks tonight. Kind of a camaraderie get-together after work drinks thing. So bring your friends and all that stuff. So he agrees. He knows he shouldn't, but he agrees just to show that, again, he's got to show that he's got that drive to succeed, that dedication, that passion, the loyalty. Got to get in there. So
yeah,
they're going to go out to the casino. And they're going to go have this little company shindig. So,
well,
at this point, Reese is out, though.
Yep, Reese is doing his own thing. Kayla and Emily
do his own business. Weird ass business thing that how can someone who's never been to the Caribbean before have business to do?
Yeah. And Kayla and Emily, they're on their own mission to count cards. Well, Emily doesn't know.
Not until they get there.
But let's talk the drinking contest.
Man. Yeah, so, first off, Marcus is on his way to find a bathroom. Because his stomach is still messed up from all the seawater. Then he sees Young. Young calls him in, has him sit down, tells him they're going to, play company tradition. Company tradition. You're going to play this drinking game. Line up 5 shots. They fill him in front of him. I don't know why he didn't think that they were for him. They go through the whole ritual. They all go speed through the 5 shots to see who's first. And he's sitting there kind of, oh, yeah, that's great, but didn't do any of it because of, obviously, his stomach. So this is not highly well regarded, even though, he's, my stomach's bad, I can't drink, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, I get. I don't drink. I'm not going to do that crap. So he does manage to get them to allow a proxy after he told Ron and Kyla, no drinking, no partying, be good, best behavior. But he's got the baby there. He does have the baby there, which he's told no babies at the table. So he's holding the baby straight up from the poker table as he's playing. But he talks Ron into going into it. Ron, before he says yes, lets him know he's got to go into beast mode to do this. Are you fully prepared for beast mode? Boy, howdy, was that fun. This is good. So Ron comes in, sits down at the table, and immediately it turns into one of those terrible old, Asian exploitation scenes for a second there. Starts talking to him in Korean and all that good stuff, talking about after that first round, how he's disappointed in them and all this stuff. Man, that was great. So he wins the first round, goes through his big diatribe, and then they bring in Minjin. Gonna make them proud. And so they kind of cut to a little bit later, and now they got the big mug of beer in front of them and a whole lot of shot glasses laid out all over the table. Marcus is pleading with Ron to not go any farther because he's going to get alcohol poisoning and die. And Ron is, I got this. I got it. And they're all working over Minjin over at the other end of the table. And they go, don't embarrass the company. And then they go. They drink them. They slam their glasses down at the exact same time. And Ron is kind of shaking his head, kind of clearing the cobwebs. And Minjin ain't moving. And then goes for the pulse. He's like, the next scene, you got the ambulances arrived, and they've got him back. They got him back breathing. They got him back alive. Everybody's relieved. But
he's breathing. It's okay. Yeah. He's breathing. It's okay.
Young, he congratulates Marcus. It was a good move. Sometimes you got to pull in the pinch hitter to do the big things and bring the camaraderie up.
So I'm guessing I would be your pinch hitter, right? If you ever had to do that at work. Now, if I had
that'd be kind of hard for you to do because I'm not fucking flying you across the country at a moment's notice to come do drinking games for me. I think if it's that desperate, I think I got it. I mean, I can do some, but
Yeah. I mean, who we kidding? Our pinch hitter would always be Mongo.
Yep.
Actually,
call in the ringer.
He kind of looked like Ron. I just put that. That's exactly what he was doing. I thought he was going through a table at one point, but we love him.
But at this point, they got to walk Young back to his place because he ain't walking very well.
No,
because he had started well before they got there. So you got the two of them carrying Young back to his apartment there, hotel room, and just outside the hotel room, really confides in Marcus and kind of goes on a little diatribe against his boss there, saying that she's a mean lady and all that stuff. And
he didn't like her. Truth comes out when you're drunk.
Yep, his opinion doesn't matter, but his opinion is that they should choose Marcus, and that touches Marcus right in the soft, giggly's insides. It's a big moment. It's
Yes,
a good
it
moment
is.
for Marcus. But they head on out, leave him there, and they go back to their hotel.
Yeah.
And so the next day.
Well, the girls.
Oh yes. Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. There's a whole nother part to this. So the girls are now playing poker, and Kayla gets up to leave the table. Emily has now won thousands of dollars, and
Well,
is being
that's after Kyla got up. And Kyla got up
Yeah.
and said, "Oh yeah, you just gotta know when the low cards come and all that stuff." So
and she's been asked to leave for counting cards, and she goes, "No, I'm not counting cards.
I'm not counting cards. You just gotta know how to play. You gotta know where the low cards and the high cards are. That's counting cards.
Yeah.
But
So
they're dragging her out of the casino.
yeah, and
as Ron and Marcus come walking up.
And Ron and Marcus spot Reese in the club talking to somebody.
Yes.
Wallace? That was his name? Wallace?
Warren,
that's what it was.
Warren. Yes, they catch him talking to Warren about having the coordinates to a plane crash and where all his lost money is. And
well, by the time that Marcus and Ron walk up, Warren is now threatening to have Reese taken outside and killed.
Yes, but at that point, thankfully, Ron comes up, Reese, from across the bar.
He gets excited because of 42 confirmed kills, couple iffies.
And his gorilla size.
Yes.
So Ron comes up, Marcus comes up. He goes, "You see that guy? No, not the flashy guy. The big guy, the gorilla. Yeah, that's my muscle."
Yeah, well.
So Ron comes up and goes, "Can I be serious with you for a second?" "Oh, sure, big guy. Yeah, go ahead, whatever." No. And he just starts blubbering.
Why don't you like me?
Why don't you like me? Everybody likes me. I love your daughter. Blah 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 blah. So that doesn't lead very well for Reese there, but he does eventually get him to calm down and tell him about how many kills he has.
Yes.
Which I guess, that just makes everybody, kind of bewildered. And
yeah, 42 is a magic number, I guess.
It's a magic number for them, but it gets them to calm down, and so they manage to escape without Reese losing his head and getting shot and killed by Warren. But shady is as shady does. I don't know why Ron can't see it, but Marcus sees it pretty damn clearly, and he knows they need to get the hell out of that crap.
Well, so I believe the next morning he's getting ready for his presentation, and he gets a package.
Oh yeah, when he's at the office. So,
opening the package, he sees a white bag with powder, or a clear bag with powder in it.
What suspicious white powder saying, "Please hold for Reese." Yeah, whatever his last name was. Yeah, that. If I open it, then my assumption would immediately be cocaine, especially given this guy's track record.
Yes, and of course,
that's when Young has to come in and thank him for getting him back to his hotel room kindly and so nicely with his drunken state, and apologize for being so open and harsh about his boss there. But at this point, you can see Marcus trying to move the box out from under his hand every time he's trying to put it down on the table.
Oh, I'm sorry, I crushed your box.
Oh, I didn't need to crush your box. And then, oh no, that's not my box. Oh no, that's not my box. No. And then the delivery guy comes back. Hold on, I need to scan that delivery again.
Yeah.
And he's trying so hard for nobody to look into that package. Which, nobody had to look into it if he just, closed it and said, "Oh yeah, no, I'll move it. No problem. That's fine." But I get the whole not wanting to have any relative, plausible deniability. Not mine. No, not mine. Even though his name is on it.
But that's just how Marcus is.
Yes, well, I mean, again, if that showed up at my house, I'd probably have the same reaction. But he does manage to get through that, and he immediately gets it home, takes it out, and shows Ron and Kyla what was delivered to him. And as he's talking and infuriated, before anybody can really do anything, Ron has already taken a full-on line. And, I mean, Marcus is, what? Why would you do that? Immediately, we can't be keeping this. He's thinking about having to get rid of it and all this. And then Kyla takes another line.
No, I'm just talking to him about it, and you're going to go ahead and do it now?
You're just going to do it now? What? Yeah, it's Coke, wouldn't you? But at this point, Reese comes walking through the door with a whole bunch of scuba gear.
He's playing the trip.
And seen this scene. And he's disappointed because, I mean,
Marcus
that big bass, that was ruining the surprise. That was a gift for his daughter. He hasn't seen her in so long. And Marcus is thinking, you got your daughter a big bag of Coke? He's like, that's not Coke. That's her mother. I hate it.
Even though he didn't like her.
She's a bitch.
Yeah.
But
yeah.
So Ron and Kyla have just snorted her mother. Which, understandably leaves Marcus feeling a little shitty. Which, I mean, considering. But Kyla, Ron, they take it in stride. They're kind of cool with it, which is, I mean, it's shocking, but I've heard worse stories about rock stars, so.
Yes.
But at that time, Reese is all, well, and I mean, I was going to come in here and could tell you about this scuba diving trip I booked, and now you did this, and now I don't want to take anybody, and there's, oh, no, we want to go. Well, as long as Marcus is okay, all right, I'll go, yada, yada, yada.
Yeah.
So they're all going to go to this.
He played them like a fiddle.
He did. And let me tell you something right now. I don't care who the hell you are. If I walk into a hangar and that's what my airplane looks like, not happening. I've been on those little 2-engine, not one that looks like that.
I've been on smaller than that. I didn't fucking.
No.
I freaked out when I get when the pilot of the plane can turn around and go, "You want me to move that seat forward for you?" Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah,
I'm good.
Yeah,
like,
but but they're going. I mean, they get there quicker, which will get him back for his presentation quicker.
Mm-hmm.
So
Reese was thinking.
It's good logic. So next scene we see, oh boy, you've got the big barge with all the trash falling in the water, and then you got them out there snorkeling in this nasty, greenish, blackish, horrible water.
Floating around.
The condom floating. Blah. And you got him off on the little floaty boat and his buddy there, Jerome, going down to the plane to get the bags of, we find out, money. So Marcus not having much fun with all this nastiness here. Almost gets a goddamn condom. That's just so gross. He kind of spies over and sees this bag getting lifted up into the boat, and obviously he's suspicious.
No, not Marcus.
No, not Marcus. So he goes back to the boat to see what's going on. Gets up in there, and of course, obviously realizes the shady shit's going on. But then, has to get everybody out. They got to go because a drone pops up. They get everybody back up out of the water. They're heading back to shore, get back to the plane. They're loading up, and now there are boats for the police coming to get them.
That's okay.
That's okay, because we got
Park Ranger.
Park Ranger. He is not happy with this scuba diving spot. They did not take care of it. All this trash and nastiness. He's going to let them know. He lets them know
He
he's
wants to
standing out
know
there on the beach.
who's in charge around here.
He's going to find out real quick. And that's when the bullets fly. So these boats start shooting at him. And that's when Reese says, yeah, the Cuban officials don't really like it when you go scuba diving. We're in Cuba? You flew us to Cuba? Which, yeah, not a good idea. The plane still can't take off. Thankfully, they do get the plane started, gets it up, and they're constantly, he's trying to get it to go, but they're too heavy, so he's got to start throwing stuff off. Throws a bunch of little light things, and then throws the bag of ashes, which gets hit by the bottle bullet and explodes into dust.
And Kayla, I love you, Mom.
I love you, Mom. And they're on their way back. They think they've made it out of the woods. They're extremely pissed off at Reese. And that's when the plane starts to go down because the fuel tank has been hit. And they're going to land right near their buddy Warren's, which is no bueno when you have all his money on your down plane.
Yep.
So the plane crashes. They're out there arguing. Reese wants to get the money off the plane before the plane boom. The plane explodes while they're out there arguing, going over everything that's going on.
All the money gone.
All that work, all that struggle, and now there's no.
Actually, the only
money.
one that got away was his friend. His friend had a bag when he ran away.
Oh, yeah, that's true. That bag of money did get gone. But at this time, plane explodes, and Warren does show up.
Almost got away with it. Almost
got away.
But Marcus was ovulating.
Yes, you got that damn app. They're hiding down there in that ditch, and the app gives them away. So now you've got them all captured, wondering what the hell's going on. It's a little fuzzy on this exact part here.
So Warren has caught them, puts them in a shipping container.
Well, he tries to get the information first.
Yeah, and they won't give it to him.
Yeah.
But then he gives them the coordinates.
Yep.
And says that they went there, but the Cubans stopped them. So the money's still down in the plane. So Warren goes, okay. Sends a guy out there. Now they're in the shipping container. They don't realize it's a shipping container. I didn't realize it was a shipping container.
No, they knew it was a shipping container.
Did they? I missed that part then. But it proceeds to lift them up and drop them into the water. Now, Ron's like, oh, we should be fine as long as we're floating. This fucking thing is sinking faster than the Titanic.
Yeah. No, they can float for days. Remember, import-export business. We lose these things all the time. They'll float for days. That thing goes down a little bit, and then immediately, it sinks all the way down to the bottom. And it is filling with water pretty damn quickly.
Hey, but you gotta love Ron's technique.
You gotta float. You gotta just go with it. He taught all the Boy Scouts. He lit a joint and watched the smoke to find the weak point where it escaped. He gets up there and he starts to basically squat lift the panel there, the weak point, to try and get it to break. But all that force, he comes down and Reese says, oh, what was all that for, huh? Like, that's physics. It's basic physics. It's the weak point. It should have worked. The pressure in here and the pressure. And then the water fills, and they do manage to escape their watery grave. Thank God, because that would have been a hell of a way to end the movie.
Yeah.
They all sneak up, and they kind of sneak out through a bunch of the old shipping containers, and they're sitting there discussing hot wire in one of the cars. Ron's like, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to do that. And Reese, it's a life skill. It's a life skill. You got to do it. And at that time, one of the car engines starts, and Kyla pops up. Proud, happy daddy moment. And off they go in one of the vehicles.
Which we later learned belonged to one of Warren's associates.
Yes, it does. As they
With
come
his
up
phone in the car.
Where's my car? Yeah, it sucks that he left his phone. You know, you'd think that they would have looked for that and thrown it out. I would have.
It was right there on the floor
Yeah,
of the
you'd
center
think that they would have
console.
just,
yeah,
get rid of that.
Nope,
They
weren't thinking.
Yeet that shit. It's 2023. Anyway, so yeah, they're getting away. They're headed back. They have enough time to get back to the hotel so as Marcus can make his proposal.
Yep.
They're driving back. They're getting close. They think they have made it. They're almost to the end, and that's when they catch up to them. And now the chase is on. You've got two Jeeps chasing them down, shooting. You got Ron trying to avoid him, Reese yelling at him, telling that he's doing a terrible job. And it's a wonderful time for Emily to mention to Marcus that she does not want a child. And Marcus is right there saying, oh, that's great because I didn't want a child either. And they love their life all the same. And they have their great big revelation while there are bullets flying past their heads. And, and they make it. So they're getting up close to the turn. Just is about to get there. You got one little gap there. And then, Reese is, oh, you're not going to make it before that truck cuts you off. Squeaks it on down in there. Reese is all proud because, the gap closes behind them. And they're trapped and everybody's, hey, you made it, you did it, you did it, you did it. And then that one guy had to shoot out that one tire. And they come barrel rolling down the driveway while the CEO for the hotel group is in there looking over the proposal without Marcus.
Yep.
That was great. That was a good scene. That whole, yeah, you made it, you did it, you did it, you did it. Boom, 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 boom. Thankfully, everybody's okay. We forgot about Marilio's little side.
Oh, Marilio is now becoming a full-time babysitter.
Yeah.
After being seduced by a woman, and he has two kids.
Babies to watch. So he's back at the villa. He's got the two kids. They're now crashed out front. They're trying to get out of the car. The ladies get out. They get away. They get behind the sign. And as the guys are trying to get away, Warren catches up. And he is, threatening Reese, wondering where his money is, when the women have a wonderful idea, but to use this Murillo as whatever
I can't remember the name right now, but
I forget it too.
A big Colombian
drug dealer in the area. So
that nobody's ever seen before.
Yeah, nobody's ever seen him because everybody who's seen him has been killed. So they get Murillo, and he comes out, and at first he does a great job. Very simple, concise, telling them, I can't remember the gosh darn character's name.
Yeah.
You know who I am and all this. And he basically does it, but then he way overdoes it when he sees that it's working, starts going into detail. You're going to have heads on street signs all over the town. But in the end, Warren kind of looks at him and goes, those two, they're good to go. I don't know who they are. I don't need them. They're good. But we need Reese. Reese is going to cost you $5 million. $10
million.
And this hit, and they're going, oh, where are we going to get $5 million? Where are we going to get $5 million?
It was $10 million.
No, it was 5.
I thought it was 10.
No, it was 5.
I just watched it 2 hours ago.
It's 5.
It's 10. Okay.
Yeah, well, my memory is better than yours. It's 5.
That's true.
So they're asking Marcus. Marcus like, I don't have that kind of money. And Ron's just like, wait a minute. I do. And everybody's just like, what? He's like, yeah, I got it. And Ron's like, well, how are you going to do it? He's like, get my phone. You got my phone?
Yeah.
You can watch me do it. I'll just transfer it in the app. So they do. They get his phone. Goes. They watch. You transfer it. He's like, yeah, we're good. See ya.
Good to go. Yeah, that's it.
They paid him. He's good.
Everybody's like, what the fuck is going on?
Problem solved. I was like, what's going on? And that's when Ron reveals, I took his advice and I got some scum coin.
What was it? It was Oh, what the fuck was it called?
I don't remember that either, unfortunately.
All right, keep going. I'll look it up.
But yeah, he got the sitcom coin, and he invested the $50,000, and by lunch that day, he had made 200 times that. It was a wonderful little coming of age, and now you got Murillo realizing that he's got that killer instinct in there. And everybody's gonna be okay. They all have their big revelations, and that's when they realize that the big CEO is walking out of the meeting without ever having seen Marcus. So Marcus goes running over, pleads his case, but because she wasn't there,
made her wait for 12 whole minutes.
The whole 12 minutes made her wait. The audacity of this bitch. Made her wait, so she has made her decision. And that is when Young steps up and fights for Marcus. Marcus and Young come over to the group and let them know that Young's opinion matters. And she changed her mind, and they're going with Marcus. And everybody is having a happy, dappy, sappy ending.
Yep. I can't find what it stands for.
That's fine. So, next, we got them all sitting at a beach. They're all sitting down, talking. Reese is talking, and off in the distance, you can see a bunch of FBI agents slowly approaching down the path. And that's when Reese reveals he wasn't actually released. He escaped. Says he just wanted to come hang out with time with his daughter and her family, but
yep.
Once the
it's time to go back.
Time to go back for another 10 to 20 years. The FBI comes down and they arrest him. It was touching, though.
It was.
Ron got his approval.
You should have after paying fucking $5 million for him.
Yeah, he got the kiss. He got the kiss. He got the shalom. He did get the kiss.
Yeah.
But now he is back to prison. And all is right in the world.
And Ron's a millionaire.
Ron's millionaire. Murillo's got his date with the mom of the other baby.
Yep.
Because he's got that killer instinct now. Marcus got the contract.
Yeah.
They are good to go.
Yeah.
It was a wonderful end to the movie.
It was.
So, what did we think of this setting for this lovely little masterpiece?
Perfect.
Yeah, I mean, it's Vacation Friends. So it's got to be in somewhere tropical, hot, beachy.
That's the kind of stuff that goes on down.
I'll be honest with you, I kind of want to see him in a mountain setting.
Yeah.
Some skiing, not just the skiing they've been doing.
Yeah.
What?
But,
yeah, I mean, it was great.
Yeah, it made sense.
Using the polluted water of Cuba. That was funny.
Yeah. Probably not to the Cubans, but...
No, I'm sure not. And I'm sure it's not like that down there. But, yeah. How about the... I mean, what... It obviously followed a very similar formula to the last movie.
And obviously it worked.
It did. Do you like the concept of this movie? Did you like adding that little wrinkle where the father is kind of the bad guy instead of like in the first one, the father's just that overbearing? I mean, he's still the bad guy, but he's not the bad guy.
I mean,
bad guy,
it's...
You know?
I mean, so I think with this kind of like template they had from the first one, it focuses on Marcus and how he looks at people.
Yeah.
Because when he looked at Ron and Kayla the first time, he was like, hell no, these fucking people are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But then turns out to be his besties.
Yeah, gives you that whole don't judge a book by a cover.
Yeah. That's perfect wording for it. And then now in this one, he's accepted Ron and Kayla, but now you add in this third person, Reese, who shows all these traits that Marcus is like, and it turns out he was right, but he wasn't really a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like the crypto thing is a perfect example. So, it sounds like a scam, but then in turn, it saves their asses.
Yeah, well, I don't care. In the end, if somebody offers me some kind of goddamn cryptocurrency, nope.
Yeah. But, for the story, it made sense. And
yeah. Well, I mean, it not just for the, I mean, for Ron and Kyla, it makes sense,
Yeah. And the character development throughout the movie, with Marcus's character kind of reverting back to his old self, but then to a new Marcus. Ron was still Ron. Kayla was still Kayla. Emily kind of
No, Ron had to grow. Ron had to grow and accept that not everybody likes him.
But in the end,
he
everybody
doesn't
liked
like everybody either.
Yeah.
He had to get that approval. He had to work for it, though. It's the first time he's ever had to work for it.
And choosing somebody like Steve Buscemi to play the role of Reese, perfect casting.
Yeah.
John Cena as the role of Ron, like, I can't think of anybody else that could play the role as he does. It kind of reminded me of his character in Blockers, like the kind of like uptight.
Well, he's very
he's
good
a big
at that.
guy.
Yeah, he's good at that kind of big, dumb jock.
Yeah.
Style. Which goes, kind of what he is.
Yeah, but, like, that's a role he's really good at.
Mm-hmm.
And same thing in this movie, same thing in the original. And we'll talk about it in a few moments, but, a sequel to this one.
Yep.
Like, I could only imagine it would be Ron's dad.
Well, I kind of think they have to go somewhere else for it now. They've killed the parents. Angle. Yeah, they could go around.
But not really, though. But, like, you see Kayla's dad, he's, squirmy, he's fucking a con, and all that. Imagine, I don't even know who could play it. But
no idea.
You're
not going to get who it should be. It should be like, Clint Eastwood or something. But you're not going to get Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, like a De Niro or
Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh.
Yeah, Tommy Lee Jones don't deal with that kind of silly bullshit.
But yeah. So the length of it, 1 hour and 45 minutes, rated R.
I mean, it was pretty good. It wasn't too much over the normal, extra 15 minutes.
I felt it dragged a little bit at certain scenes.
Yeah, I mean, the first one did too.
Once they went on the scuba trip, like, things really picked up.
Yeah. I mean, there were some points where it kind of had to drag just because, it dealt with the whole work situation, and you can't do all physical comedy and hijinks with the business setting. It's kind of overdone. But how about your favorite scene?
I have to say it's the scene when he transfers the money.
Yeah.
Because it's just all
the
like
most unexpected.
Because he walks over with them, and the girl's like, "What's he doing?" And Marcus and Reese are like, "You have fucking $5 million?"
Yeah.
Like,
I don't know. I kind of like the scene where they're dragging her out because she's counting the cards.
Yeah.
She's like, God, where's my money? Oh, she's just getting dragged out. And he's, get your hands off my wife.
And then even the scene, like, when he starts crying, like, why don't you like me?
Everybody likes me.
But, yeah.
All right. Do we recommend this wonderful little movie?
Yes.
I do too. Comparatively to the first one, I don't know if I would say the first one's a whole bunch better. They're kind of equal. They're both pretty good.
Yeah.
But I do recommend them. You should watch the first one first, though.
Yeah.
For sure. For sure.
It sets up the characters perfectly, and you'll understand a lot more in the second one if you watch the first one first.
Yep.
So,
do we think that there's a sequel to this sequel?
Yeah, we just discussed that.
I believe so.
Yeah.
And again, hopefully, I would like them to kind of maybe move on from the parental thing, but yeah, it's there. There's enough meat on the bone. You know, the kid gets a little bit older, and all of a sudden they're pregnant or something. You know.
Yeah.
All right. So, what do we have for a rating from Johnny Boy?
I give it 3.5.
Solid. I give it a 3.5 myself. I did like it. I do recommend it. IMDb gave it a 5.3 out of 10. Rotten Tomatoes only a 23%. Don't know what's wrong with them. Letterboxd 2.4 out of 5.
I mean, it's only been out for 4 days now at this point.
I know.
So
it's only had so long.
Maybe we'll follow up in a couple of weeks and see what it's up to. But
yes, we'll see.
But
I mean, it's kind of a goofy sophomore comedy, so it's not really all that unexpected.
Yeah, and people are going to be dicks because of John Cena's in it or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and a lot of people don't have Hulu compared to Netflix or whatever, so it's.
Yes.
We'll follow up in a couple of weeks, see what it says. But next week, we did the summer movie preview. Now it's time for the Halloween preview of the fall. We're going to discuss some movies coming out between September 1st and October 31st. So, should be fun. You excited for this, Justin?
Yeah, we'll see. Some of the movies, yeah. A lot of them, we'll see.
I watched a few of the trailers as I was putting together the notes, and we're actually going off of a list that Bloody Disgusting put out yesterday. Like the top 31 movies to watch are coming out between now and Halloween. So that's kind of our basis of the movies coming out. Some of them we have discussed, some of them like Elevator Game. We discussed that in the summer preview, but it got pushed. Saw. But Five Nights at Freddy's we discussed, so we'll kind of rehash our thoughts on them. Some other trailers have come out for each of those, so we'll check in with that.
Yeah, those whole strikes there have had an effect on a lot of release dates.
Yeah. But the bar is now closed.
Thank you so much for listening. You can follow us and stay up to date with the podcast at the Movie Bar Pod on Twitter, at Movie Bar Podcast on Instagram, at Movie Bar Pod on YouTube and TikTok, and at the Movie Bar Podcast on Facebook. We are on iTunes, Spotify, Amazon Podcasts, Anchor, Google Podcasts, and most places you listen to your podcasts. And be sure to check out our website, www.moviebarpod.com.
Thank you for listening. Please let us know what you want to hear by contacting us on social media or via email at themoviebar@outlook.com. Please be sure to like, review, and subscribe to the podcast, as well as all our social media channels. We will see you at the bar next week. Bye.
Bye.
Kyle?